Hey, what's up, people? I'm gonna be honest with you. I never know how to begin these things. I don't have any like fancy openings or anything like that. But I am excited because I get to walk you guys through my process a little bit, and I'm just really excited to let you guys know. I've gotten so many questions about my process. What do you use? What do you? How do you essentially come up with the songs that you do? So yeah, I'm excited to actually walk you guys through that. So that's what this is about. What am I calling this? Hold on. It's like Daddyphatsnaps Recaps Raps. I figured I had to make it rhyme for it to be catchy. But that's what I'm going to be talking about. It maybe like once a week or after I put out a song where I can talk about just the process behind it, thought process behind it, and why I made some of the decisions that I did. So actually, don't mind me if I'm looking at my notes. I took a bunch of notes, just the things that I want to talk about because I don't really want to miss anything. So to kind of start out, what I wanted to talk about was my process, right? Like how, with any song, not just the one that the Black Panther or whatever it may be, how I come up with it, how it comes to be, what's the process behind it. So I actually broke this down into steps. So for me, number one always is be inspired, right? So I never make a project that I'm not really hype about, and I think it starts to come through in some of the songs, because I'm actually genuinely excited to make this song. I'll make thumbnails, I have to put out trailers, and to be honest, that's why I put out the trailers, is because I'm so hyped, but I haven't finished the song yet. So technically it's not ready yet, but I want to give you something. That's why I do the trailers typically. So it's just something that really inspires me, something I'm like super hype about. Like I said, I think I was watching Attack on Titan the other day for the first time because it was actually one of your suggestions to do a song, and I got into it, and I just, it made me hype. It made me want to make a song. So that's really where the process kind of begins. Now, the next thing that I need to do is find the beat, right? I know I actually get a lot of compliments on this, that the beat typically matches, the tone, the song, the subject, and there's a lot of thought process that kind of goes into that. What people don't see is I spend maybe hours combing the internet, looking for songs, looking for, things that match the theme, not only the game or the movie or whatever it may be, but what I'm rapping about or what I want to say or the message that I want to give. Does it, like, for example, we're talking about the Avengers, and you guys should be very excited about that. Like I said, Dan Bull, Nem Raps, JT Music, Game Boy Jones, Fable, Divide. I mean, I can keep going, but all these people are going to be doing one big collaboration, and we're all going to be together, and it's going to be hype, trust me. But what I really wanted to strike on that song is a sense of desperation, right? Because you see the trailers, you see everything kind of leading up to this point, and it's humanity's last stand. So the idea behind it is that I wanted to feel desperate. Like I want the song to have a sense of urgency. So when I'm looking for YouTube videos, or I'm looking through, and that's typically how I found them, by the way, I search sad, tragic rap beat or country beat or something like that, and then I start sifting through there and kind of finding what I want. I found a few producers that really are go-to producers, and now Caliber Beats, you see he's done quite a few of my recent songs just because his beats are nasty. I'm just sorry, shameless plug, but dude is gross. But I'm losing track. So finding a song that fits the beat, so I'll spend a ton of time just making sure that it hits the right tone, that it is matching what I want to say in the lyrics. So that takes a little bit of time. Actually, it takes more than the writing process. Typically, I'll find the beat in about an hour or a day. I'll keep searching until I find it. I won't make the song until I find the right mood or the right tone. Next is going to be research. So after I get excited about something and say I'm not so familiar with it, I want to know everything there is to know about this subject so that I can really get in the mind of that person, right? So I can write lyrics based off of, what's happening in the movie, book, video game, whatever it may be. I want to be able to speak as them. I think that's what's a little bit different, and I'll kind of cover this a little bit later too, is I don't want to do, just talking shit back and forth. I don't want to do that. That's not my thing. It's more fun to me to pretend to be the character and make the song as if I was them. And I think it's more engaging for you guys as well. You guys feel free to tell me differently in the comments, or if you just want to see some more, shit talking raps, I can do that too. So then it goes into the writing process. So writing for me, it varies. You know, it could be a very, very, very quick process, which it typically is. I'll typically sit down for a couple of hours and write the songs out, which is why I'm able to kind of pump these things out pretty quickly. But you know, what I'll do is from my research, I'll put all those notes at the top of my paper or my iPad or whatever it may be, and then I will write the song and then refer to those notes above it. So I can always go back and forth. I always have some kind of content that I'm looking to. The broad idea is going to be up top, is going to be at the top of the page, and then everything that I write is a derivative of what's up top. So it really helps actually when you're writing, so you don't run out of ideas, so that you stay on topic, and then also get the message out that you want to, you know, put out into the rap. And then of course finding video clips, that's the next step. I find the video clips, I put them all together, I comb YouTube. Recently I've been kind of trying to get away from YouTube, like videos or trailers or something like that. You may have noticed that I'm using like pictures, and I'm doing some things in Adobe Photoshop to make it look interesting. But you know, the companies, they tend to copyright a lot of their stuff nowadays. So while I'm not in this for the money, of course I would want this to be a full-time job at some point. And I think once, just so you guys know, once I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'll probably get much more serious about it. There's a couple of things that I want to do at that milestone, but I feel like that's when you're like, really, you can say that you're a true YouTuber. So thank you guys for helping me get there so far. And then of course edit it. And then the program that I use Final Cut Pro. I did use Adobe Premiere, but Final Cut Pro is just the ease of use. It's nice, you know, it's just smooth. The workflow is smooth. And you can do some really complicated things in it without having to go too crazy with your knowledge. And it's just something that I've grown comfortable with. Like I said, Adobe Premiere, I found that you can do the same thing in like 5-6 less moves on Final Cut Pro. And that's what, since I'm a one-stop shop, I want to maximize my time is the easiest way to kind of put it. So that is my process from beginning to end. I know, like I said, I've gotten a lot of questions about that, and that's something that I figured I'd incorporate into this because it does play into what I did with the Black Panther, Killmonger, and then of course the Black Panther versus Killmonger. A couple other quick things I also wanted to touch on because I had gotten this question quite a bit, so I just want to answer it all here. The mic I use is a Shure SM7B. It's an incredible mic. A little bit pricier, I'll be honest with you, but it is worth it. You know, I think you see a lot of radio hosts using it, and a lot of artists use it. I know Michael Jackson used it for Thriller, one of the original models. So it is an incredible mic. You have to have like an interface with it, which I do use a Scarlett interface. It's the Scarlett Solo, because it's not self-powered. You can't. It's not like a condenser mic like the NT1 or something like that. So you do need a couple of extra things. It's going to add up the price, but like I said, in the end, I think you can notice a difference between when I started and now, and it makes it sound more professional. And then of course, there's some things I can do in my digital audio workspace that I can make it sound a little bit better, but obviously you want to start with the best raw vocals that you possibly can. So yeah, that's what I use. I got that question a million times. And I think you saw a picture. I actually put a picture out this talking about like my camera and all that stuff. I use an A6000. It's a Sony mirrorless camera. I love that thing. That's what I'm recording on right now. But yeah, that's my real basic equipment. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, so I'm happy that I got this thing. So now getting into the Black Panther. So the Black Panther and my mindset for those. The Black Panther, I really wanted to kind of hit that tribal mark. That tribal sound, you can see it definitely is in that instrumental, and you get that feeling. And with the Black Panther song or T'Challa song, I wanted it to be much more reserved like he was. He's very calm, very collected, always trying to think before he acts, essentially what is the best for Wakanda. So that's where I kind of wanted to approach the Black Panther song. Now with the Killmonger song, I really wanted to focus on bringing out the Americanized version of this guy, because he's lived here his whole life. He hasn't been in Wakanda. And for those who haven't seen the movie, I hope I don't ruin it a little bit. But I wanted something obviously a little bit more Americanized. And What's the Difference by Dr. Dre, Caliber Beats did a really cool version of it. And I mean, that kind of just rang true with me, right? It's like, what's the difference between me and you? And that's kind of how he came at T'Challa in the movie is, you know, basically, I'm the better version of you. You know, I'm everything that Wakanda needs. I'm everything that Wakanda should be, et cetera, et cetera. I wanted to approach it with more of a harder kind of beat and something that's a little bit more aggressive, obviously, based on, you know, obviously he's the villain. I love doing villains, by the way. And then to end it off, the Killmonger versus T'Challa, or Killmonger versus the Black Panther, I wanted that one to sound like, and you'll notice, I think I've gotten a lot of comments. It's kind of mixed about how people feel about the, you know, the battleground, that it's kind of mixed how people feel about it. But the real reason behind it was I wanted it to sound kind of tribal again. I wanted to kind of go back into that a little bit because the music isn't necessarily there, but it almost sounds like a chant, right? In the middle of these, if you've seen the movie, there is a couple of scenes where they basically do this challenge. The Black Panther's powers are stripped away and he has to earn his right to the throne through fighting. Everybody's surrounding him, you know, they're chanting, they got doing a little shoulder thing. And it gives them, I wanted to kind of go that route with the song and to kind of express it, or at least paint that image in your head that, you know, this is their battle, right? This is their rights, the challenge. This is what the first two songs essentially were leading up to, was this challenge. So that's why that chorus is like that, is to kind of convey that message and set that tone. Of course, with T'Challa, again, I wanted to be very reserved. I wanted to, you know, be very even keel. Obviously, towards the end, he kind of switches over and he's like, look, you know, you're going to challenge me. I'm going to beat you. You know, it is what it is. I am the king. I am the Black Panther. But again, he still does it in a very calm, smooth tone, whereas Killmonger comes at him obviously much more aggressively. He's just looking to overthrow. So that's where the difference in the two tones kind of came from, and the idea that I kind of wanted to play with. But yeah, that's what I put down on my note paper, my research, and you know, I have pages and pages of things that I've written down just to kind of prepare for this one song. And I'll be honest with you, it helps a lot when you're writing the song. If you are looking to do music, if you're looking to you know, write music, sing it, whatever it may be, especially writing it, you taking those notes and having everything down before you actually go to write the song will help you out a ton. So that's really my thought process behind it. You know, again, let me know what you guys think of this video. I don't want to go too crazy. I know we're creeping up on the time right now, but I just wanted to, you know, share a couple of things with you since this is my first one. Again, we have the Infinity War coming up. I have not forgot about Goku versus Saitama part 2. I have not forgotten about it. It's, again, I just want to get it right, and I did do a first draft and I didn't like it, so I'm not going to push that out. There's a couple other projects that are more time sensitive right now, that are more relevant, so I may jump and do those, but again, I have not forgot about you, don't you worry. And again, I want to hear what you guys think, what you guys want to see, and I mean, a lot of your guys' suggestions are things that I actually have turned into songs, like Chucky versus Annabelle. I got that suggestion. I was like, you know, that would actually be a good song, you know? So please continue to suggest, continue to comment. I'm always reading. I literally read every single comment that you guys put in there. So continue to do so. Also remember, I'm on Spotify, iTunes, Google Music. I'm on Amazon. I know I don't really put the links down there, but I'm there. Pretty much every major music source. I'm on Deezer, you know, so any major music source I'm on. So, you know, it does help the channel, the support. I can get new stuff. I want to get a couple of things by you guys listening to the songs. I really appreciate that. And then, of course, you know, just liking and subscribing to the videos. I love that as well. So thank you guys so much for the support. And if you like this, let me know. I'll do some more, okay? Talk to you later.